It's Mad Adams, Mad Money, bringing you the best in cryptocurrencies, altcoins, blockchain, and so much more. It's all the tips and tricks that you're looking for. Comment, like, and subscribe before you go. It's Mad Adams, Mad Money. Let's start the show.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another Mad Adams Mad Money. Today we've got a video about masternodes, specifically online hosting. If you've ever heard of the Gin platform before, you'll know what I'm talking about. So essentially, masternode hosting online, they'll run your VPS. They'll manage the actual node software. All you do is manage your collateral in your local wallet and make sure that the wallet is pointed to the node software running on their servers. So if you've ever tried to set up your own masternode before, either through a shared masternode service or a hosting service or through something like Vultr where you set up your own VPS, or maybe you've tried to run a node locally on your machine using a virtual machine. So I presume that you know what a masternode is. If you're watching this video, I presume that you've at least tried to set up a masternode before. So with that as a starting place, let's check out Satoshi Solutions. So we're going to start out here at the browser. And we're going to go to satoshicoin.world. This is their coins main website. So the hosting solution, their platform, is backed by actually a masternode coin. So the way it works is you have an online wallet on their platform where you deposit the Satoshi coins, which is SATC, that is the ticker, and your monthly fees will be deducted from this amount of coins. Now they're working on allowing other coins as payment options depending on how many of those coins are in nodes on their platform. So if we all get together and get our nodes moved over to Satoshi's platform, and I'll go over some of the benefits of that in a few minutes, then they will actually they will consider adding LPC as a payment method, which means that you can run your nodes using your node rewards. And their solution is pretty cheap. It's currently actually cheaper than running a cheap VPS on Vultr. So not only do you not have to manage it yourself, but you save money letting someone else do it. Well, you're going to ask yourself, how can they offer competitive pricing with Vultr when I can get a masternode running for $3.50 a month? Well, first off, I will let you know that they limit you to five instances of that $3.50 VPS version, and if you jump up to the $5 version, I believe they have a cap on the number of VPS instances you can run at that level as well. There is no cap on Satoshi. You can run as many masternodes on this platform as you want. The more the merrier. They'd love to have you. Now, if you are going to host your nodes here on this platform, know that if you're going to be paying in SatC, then you might as well pick up a SatC node, because that node, you can have it running on their platform in your local wallet, and it will replenish. You can check out my most recent video before this one. You can actually set up the multi-send to replenish your Satoshi platform wallet so that you will always have funds to pay for your hosting. So let's get started. First off, we're going to need some SatC coins. So you have to go to an exchange to buy those. They're only available currently on one exchange because they just went through a blockchain swap, and it's still a new platform, still a new project. So the current version of the blockchain is only about a week old. So if you jump on now, you can get your node for cheap, and then you'll be generating coins to pay for your other nodes that you have hosted on their platform. Now, the the price for their platform is set in US dollars, and the amount of SATC that's deducted from your wallet is based on that price. So it's a floating scale based on US dollars. It's pegged to the dollar, not the coin, the price of the platform. So it'll be a fixed rate, but the amount of SATC that they charge you will be variable. So let's get going. The only the only exchange right now that they are available on is GraviX. I'm going to try and find a link to that. Let's go to their M&O page. All right, so they actually need to fix that link because this link here links to their previous M&O page, but they restructured. Now they have a tiered masternode set up. So we're going to look up Satoshi. There it is, Satoshi coin. So we have the super node and the basic node. So we're going to look at the basic node. So on Masternode Online, you'll see you need 10,000 SATC. Holy moly, that's a lot. Well, that's only under $200 worth at current prices for a single node. And that node will generate enough to pay for your hosting platform. So let's see. Buy GraviX. Here we go. Exchange time. Now you'll see there's not a whole lot of coins up for purchase, or rather up for sale on this exchange. The complete listing, let's see, there's 98,000 available. That's only 10 nodes worth, folks. Let's get on it. Let's clear out this exchange. Let's help them get set up so that they have enough liquidity to get going on other exchanges. Because as soon as we can create the right on-road to swap from LPC to SATC, then we can have an easier time getting our nodes set up on their platform. So make yourself an account on GraviX. It's really simple. It's one of the lower end exchanges as far as getting in, getting set up and everything. It's really quick and easy. If I recall correctly, there's no KYC. And go on there, put in some buy orders. Let's take a look at the platform. So once you've downloaded the wallet and you've purchased your SATC and you've transferred it to your local wallet, I'll actually show you their most current wallet iteration. Here it is. So you can see I've got a sizable amount. It's still not enough to run a whole node, but it's enough to get me set up for running my LPC nodes on their platform. So let's go to their platform. So the platform website is satoshisolutions.online. We're going to enter. And of course, I'm going to have to log in, and you'll see that I already have some nodes running. So Satoshi Solutions, they have a list of all the master nodes that they offer here and how many. So that they currently have 52 super nodes, 200 basic nodes of their own coins, only 4 dash nodes, 7 LPC nodes. 2 of those are mine. They don't have any LGS. Let's keep looking. So they've got a number of masternode coins available here, and I know that they're adding more as time goes on. But they obviously offer LPC. Let me log in, and I'll give you a look at how this works. So here are my 2 nodes, active master nodes. So here you can see, oh, this one's offline. Let me take a look at that. So I'm going to click on the little eyeball here for details. And we can see, okay, so created date, wallet sync. So it looks good. Let's check the status. Masternode is running. Okay, so it must have had a little blip, and now it looks like we're back online. This should update shortly automatically. I shouldn't have to touch that. So my other node is running. So it's a very streamlined interface, and it's really easy to see everything at a glance. And it's great because it tracks your nodes for you right here. You don't have to log in to a website and then get the IP address and then get the password for the VPS and log in and then put in some commands. No, it's you log into a website right here. You check your dashboard and you know exactly at a glance what your status is. So setting up nodes is really easy too. It's really quick. Let me get some coins set up. So I'm in my LightPay coin wallet right now. I'm gonna generate a new address and I'm gonna send coins to it so we can set up a new masternode. So I'm gonna go in my send, check my inputs, make sure I have enough that's not locked up in nodes. Let's see, I have 2 nodes worth. Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna go to my receive tab. I'm gonna make a new one. Let's call this Adam's YouTube video node. Okay, we're going to copy that because we're going to need it later. And we need 1000 LPC in it. Request payment. Yeah, copy address. All right, pay to myself because I love giving myself money. 1000. Yep. Did I already make that? Yep, there it is. Okay. Send. Normally it fills in the pay to label there. All right, so 1,000 coins for our collateral. Let's send it. Oh, I put this in the wrong place. So this is what not to do, folks. I might edit this out. There we go. Okay, so pay to this address. Label. That's my label. Amount 1,000 LPC for collateral. Send. Yes. All right. So we sent it. Now we need the information. But I'm not going to look that up yet because I'm going to assume I don't know what to do. So transactions. Send. Did it send it? It did send it. Look, there it is. Okay, so we have that. Okay. All right, so we're going to create a new masternode. So how do you do that? You click the Create New Masternode button. Boom. Select Blockchain. So this is where you select what coin you're creating a masternode for. We're going to type in LPC. It quickly filters based on what you're typing. Click that. You will need 1,000 LightPay as your masternode collateral. So it tells you right here exactly what you need to do. 3.8 SAT-C will be deducted from your account balance daily. So 7 cents a day at a current rate at the current price of 3 SAT-C. So as the value of SAT-C goes up, the number taken out daily for every node goes down. So if you buy now while it's cheap, not only will the number of SAT-C go down, but you will also be running your nodes at a lower cost because you will have pre-bought while the price is still low. Okay, enough of that. Next. Debug console, get new address. So this is these instructions here are telling you exactly how to generate a new address, which I showed you how to do on the receive tab, and how to send the collateral to that address. We've already done that. I assume that if you're here, you already know how to generate an address and send collateral. So we're going to click next, but feel free to read this on your own. Next. Transaction hash. Okay, so now we need to go in here. Transactions. Well, it's not in here. So how do we find it? We need that transaction hash of that transaction. And look, it's not even listed here. Well, don't despair, folks. Debug console to the rescue. We're going to go masternode inputs. That's not the right command. Outputs. There we go. Okay, so there's a bunch here because we've got a bunch of nodes. How do I know which one is which? That's a good question. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to look through these outputs and we're going to figure out which one hasn't already been used. So we are going to open our master node configuration file because I've got multiple nodes. So if you only have one node, there's only going to be one number here in the masternode outputs. If you've got multiple nodes, you're going to see something like what I'm seeing here, and it's going to get more confusing. So I actually have a text file with all of this information organized out. I suggest that you do the same thing, but if you don't, you should be able to tell just from looking at your masternode configuration file, which we're going to open up. So you go, let's see, where am I pointing? I'm pointing this way. So if you go up here, you go to your masternode configuration file, and it'll open up in your default text editor, which for me is Adam, because I'm on a Mac and my name is Adam and I'm cool. All right, so here we have various nodes. I have some commented out, as you can see. So what we want to do is assume that this last one is the one that we're looking for because it was the most recently created. So we're going to copy that string and we're going to Control F for finding it in here, and it's been found. It's been found right there. So that one's not it. That's not the newest one, because if it is the one that we just generated, it wouldn't already be in our masternode.conf file. So unfortunately, you got to go through each one to try and find it. There's that one. Let's see if it's the top one. Let's see if it goes newest to oldest. That seems like a sensible possibility. Nope. So there's obviously no logical order. Actually, it does it alphabetically by transaction hash, actually. That's quite interesting. Okay. So here's all right, folks, I figured out which transaction hash it is. Having this file does help. Having the text file that I mentioned before helps a lot more, so that I actually know which hash goes with which address. And that way I can just rule them out one by one very simply. It's a little cleaner than the masternode.conf file. So I'm going to copy down this one because that's the one I need, and take a note of the output index. On here it's 1. So just to show you, here's my masternode.conf. I'm going to do a search, and as you can see, no results. So this is the one that we have yet to add to our masternode.conf. So I'm going to go in here, transaction hash, paste, transaction index, that was 1. Click next. It's going to verify it to make sure that there's actually collateral at that address based on that transaction hash. So if you transfer the 1,000 coins for the collateral into that address, use that transaction hash, and then transfer the coins out before you start the node, it's going to know that you transferred it out because the software keeps a track on that transaction hash that you have it set up with, and it makes sure that those coins are still there. As soon as they're not, it stops working. You don't get any more rewards. So we're going to click next. So what it's doing now is it's installing the software in the background on a VPS. Now, the cool thing about Satoshi Solutions, the reason that they're able to keep their prices so competitive, is because a lot of platforms like Jin or some of the other ones out there, what they do in the background is they either have an AWS platform set up for servers, or they have scripts that run that generate servers using Volter on the back end, or what have you. That's why Jin is about $10 a month for every node, and this is about $2 to $3 a month, depending. So even if it was $4 a month, that's still cheaper than the lower end of the Volter servers, and you don't have to manage it yourself. You just install it here and you let it run. So it's really cheap because Satoshi, I say Satoshi, it's not like the Bitcoin Satoshi, it's this project, SatC. They're UK based, and they have all of their servers that they run these nodes on in-house. They own the bare metal for the racks. So they run everything locally. They own everything. It's not outsourced, so that it enables them to keep their costs down. So they're still growing, and as they grow, the way that they've set up their system, it's such that it allows for them to scale. so they can handle all of our service. All right, there we go. So it's generated a private key. It's generated an IP address. Let's keep going. We don't need to take that information down because we'll see in a second that it actually gives us what we need. Look at that. Create masternode. Success. Masternode has been started on the server. Still to run it successfully, add all the info in your wallet and click next. So I'm just going to click this copy button here. It's going to copy that string. I go into my masternode.conf file, and on a new line, I just paste that, right? Because it's got everything in there. Now, it's important to note that when you start the node in the debug console, you give it an alias. You say start the node with the alias X. That alias is what you put here in this file. So I would have to know that this node that I just created is lightpay5772. I don't want it to be that. We created an awesome address earlier, and I'm trying to find it. Okay. And I want to make sure that that address continues to be recognized the way that it deserves. So we're going to go in here. We're going to change this lightpay. We're going to paste in Adam's YouTube video node. That is the name of my master node. That is my alias. So I'm going to make sure that that's still in my clipboard. Oh, you know what? Really important. As you're editing this file, make sure you save it. Because if you don't save it, you might lose all the information you put in there. And when you restart your wallet, obviously your new node isn't going to be in there. So we're going to save this off. We're going to close this out. We're going to go back into here. Okay, now it's time to go on to the next step. So we're going to close this because this is done. It's going to sync up with the blockchain. It's going to do its thing. So we're going to close that. Now you see it's not showing on my dashboard right now because we need to just refresh the site. So we're going to click on dashboard again. It's going to refresh it. There we go. Now the newest one that we just added is at the top of the list. It's saying that it's expired. That's because I haven't started it yet. So we're going to open up the details. Now right here it's saying that the wallet is synced. I don't have a public key yet though. I need that public key if I'm going to add this node to something like Masternode Online node tracking. That's what you would put in there. But for now, I'm going to check status, start masternode from local wallet required. So that right there, it tells you exactly what you need to do. You need to start the masternode from your local wallet. So we're going to go into our local wallet. Now remember what I said earlier, we need to restart it. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to go to quit LightPay Coin Core. It's going to shut down. Now I'm going to start it back up, and then I am going to go ahead and start this new node. And we're back. Okay, so I've got my wallet starting back up, and as you can see, it's resyncing with the network. I'm going to click on the Master Nodes tab. Let's hope our new node is there. Boom! There it is. Okay. Adam's YouTube video node, protocol -1, missing. Okay, so obviously we need to start it. Now, we're not going to be able to start it until it's done syncing. So we're going to let that sync for a minute, and I'm going to talk about some random stuff until it's done. Okay, it's done. Whew. That took a while. All right, so we're going to go back into the debug console. We are going to start masternode, quote, alias, quote, transaction hash. That is the hash that's associated, that is the index of the output for the hash of the collateral that you transferred. So it's normally only 0 or 1. So it's that number that you put in at the end of the masternode.conf line. And then open quotes, and we're going to do, what is it called again? Adam's YouTube video node? I think so. Adam's YouTube video node. Yay, success. Okay, so it started correctly, and you can see it's enabled here. And we should eventually see an update on our dashboard here to signify that it started. Now, the other cool thing about this platform is you actually get notified when you get rewards. So I get an email every time one of my masternodes generates a reward, and it gives me the transaction hash. It gives me which node that it came from, and it tells me how much, and it gives me the timestamp. So it's great. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard and refresh it. It's still offline. Okay, so let's kick it in the butt. Nope. So we're going to give this some time. We'll come back to it. I'll check to make sure that it gets enabled. I think it's still talking with the network, trying to find my node and vice versa, and that's why this is still 0. So once the wallet is able to talk to the node that's running on their server, on their platform, this will go to enabled online. Now this one here, let's see, which IP address is this? All right, so we're going to figure out which alias this is. I'm going to open up my masternode.conf file again. It's not there. It is in here. Tools, open masternode configuration file. Okay, so we're going to go control find, paste. All right, so that's SAT3. So SAT3, so you see how I did that. I found the IP address, I searched masternode.conf, and I figured out which alias that's associated with. So I'm going to copy this, SAT3 rather, and I'm going to go back into my debug console, and I'm going to open, and we'll just change this to SAT-C. No, Control Z. What did I do? Adam, what did you do? SAT3. There. Okay, so we restarted that, so it should reflect shortly on our dashboard. Now, that could have been caused by so many different things. It might have been a hiccup in my Wi-Fi that is connected to my wallet, and therefore it caused a lapse in communication. It could have been a hiccup on their end that caused it to do something, I don't know. The master node is still enabled. It's just a status of offline. So it's probably going to tell me that I need to start it. Nope, it's running. Okay, so it's running, it's fine. It's just that my wallet doesn't see it. So that's what that means. I'll still get rewards from that, I believe. Let's check this one again. Nope. So as you can see, folks, it's taking a while for this to sync up, but it should only take an hour or two. And as soon as this node that we just set up on the Satoshi platform, as soon as that gets synced up, not with the blockchain, because that's already done, with the network, and talks to my wallet, which is running, once those two things sync up, then the status on the dashboard will go to enabled, much like it is in my wallet. So the wallet can see the node, but the node can't see the wallet. So once those sync up, everything should be kosher. I will actually receive an email when the status of that node changes, which is really powerful. Now, one last thing I wanted to show you on this platform that I think is really pretty neat. If you check out your dashboard information here, you'll actually see that on the bottom it shows the last reward amount and the total reward amount, and it shows you based in the coin that the node is for, as well as the US dollar value. Now, I'm not sure which exchange they're scraping the conversion rate, but that's pretty neat. As you can see, one reward will pay for my entire month of hosting this node. And rewards for LPC at the time of this recording are about once every 2 days. So over a month, that's about 15 times that node will get rewards. So it will have paid for itself over 15 times in 1 month. So that's Satoshi Solutions. And I hope that you guys will take my advice and at least try it out with one node. see about getting yourself a SatC node as well, just so that you can keep on paying for your hosting here. And actually, let me show you that real quick. If we go to my account here, you'll see I can deposit coins into my account to pay for my hosting. You see I currently have 971, and I can now this will also allow me to pull my coins back out. So say I make a deposit, I put one too many zeros on there and I send all my SatC there, but I actually only meant to send a little bit. I can withdraw back out, whereas say you want to add some funds to an account for an online gaming site or something, normally that money's gone. You can't withdraw it. Crypto is different. So you can deposit coins here. So I would just deposit to this address and verify it here. Or they actually allow you to deposit other coins to pay for your hosting. So the other coins that they have available as soon as that site comes up. So these are the different coins that they will let you keep in your account to automatically pay for your hosting. Pretty soon you'll see LPC in that list. So give it a check, try it out, let me know on Discord how it works out for you, and share this video with your friends. I hope this has been informative. I'll talk to you all next time. Peace. Love you.